The next stop is Doncaster at 8:11. So reverse it to forward, DRA off, power to notch 3. This is part 4 of part 4 of 4 of the miniseries between King's Cross and York. So departing Retford, the speed limit is 40 miles an hour, and the next stop is Doncaster in about 17 miles. We should be there in no time when we get up to 125. Speed limit is 45 as we cross onto the down main. There's an azuma from Hull to King's Cross. And the speed limit is now 125. So I am recording this immediately after recording part 3. So I think I'm recording this video about 3 weeks in advance. I don't know if that's a good thing. I do have an interview on Tuesday the 4th of February, and I can't really figure out when this video will go out, because part 1 will go out next week. By the way, the date of recording is still the 19th of January. So part 2 will go out 2 weeks, part 3 will go out 3 weeks, and part 4 will go out in 4 weeks. So I have an interview, which means, I have the interview on Tuesday the 4th. I also have a hackathon event to attend at uni on the 25th and 26th. So I won't really have time to record things, which is, I guess that's kind of the benefit of recording things so far in advance. But I guess the downside of doing that is, if something happens, you can't really talk about it immediately because you've already recorded it. You can't re-record it. I mean, you could, but then you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then recording it in the first place would seem like a waste of time. Oh yeah, just as a warning, there is a yard south of Doncaster. I wasn't sure what to put in it, so I just left it blank. I'm sure that is not realistic at all. I'm sure there are lots of things in Doncaster South Yard, but I did manage to put things in Doncaster Works, like withdrawn 319s. Well, withdrawn northern 319s, because they're getting 323s from Birmingham, operated by West Midlands trains. Anyway, if you're questioning what my interview is, it's for a placement year at Omnibus in Hollingwood. Hollingwood is between Oldham and Manchester, so it's Hollingwood, not Hollywood. I'm not going to America. It's Hollingwood with my H's. Or if you're Mancunian, you just say Allingwood, because Mancunians don't pronounce their H's and T's. So on Tuesday the 4th, a time has not been confirmed. So what Omnibus does, they make schedules for buses. So it's pretty much my advanced programming coursework, but real life. and buses and not planes. I don't really know that much about the interview at the moment. All I know is that it's in Hollywood and it's on Tuesday the 4th. I don't know what the interview is going to contain, I don't know the time. I think all will be revealed soon. And the speed limit is 110. I think when I mentioned that Omnibus was at the Meet the Employees event, I think it said something along the lines of, I think we brought the employers. Because at the employees event, because Omnibus makes schedules, I think all they heard was the advanced programming coursework about aircraft and the scheduler. Except with the real schedule, you can't just assign whatever you want to whatever. So you can't be like, I don't care if you don't know the route, just get on the bus. Or you can't have a double decker on a route that has low bridges. Or you can't have like a bendy bus on a route it's not suitable for. Oh wait, does Manchester have bendy buses anymore? I don't think so. I don't think I've seen a bendy bus in ages because they've all been withdrawn. Like bendy buses in Manchester, they either operated on the 471 from Rochdale to Bolton via Bury, the 135 route from Manchester Piccadilly Gardens to Bury via, I think it's Cheetham Hill, or the 8 from Shude Hill to Bolton via Fellsworth, I think. I went through Salford, I went past Victoria. I think that's it. I think they've all been replaced with double deckers. So 4 miles to Doncaster. I think the person who requested this says his local station is Doncaster. So there's that. So we're coming up on his local station, and I bet this part of the line should look very familiar. I don't think I've ever been on the train to Doncaster coming from the south. The only time I've been on the train into Doncaster is the branch from Leeds. And that's it. The last time I went to Doncaster was in 2017, and I haven't been there since. I wonder how much a rail ticket from Rochdale to Doncaster would cost. Because I could go from Rochdale to Leeds, Leeds to Doncaster. I don't know how much it would cost for a ticket. Probably a lot because it's Northern. And other operators. I guess it also depends on when you buy the ticket, because the further in advance you book, the cheaper the ticket. Oh yeah, I wasn't sure what to put in the yard, so I just put nothing in it. Yeah, I don't know what's here. So if you know what this part of Doncaster looks like, you can just leave a comment and I'll just fix the scenario and then put the updated scenario files on Google Drive. Then you can download said Google Drive zip folder, then install it onto your Railworks directory, and then play the scenario by yourself. So because I'm early compared to the actual train, we are going to be sat outside Doncaster for a few minutes as we wait for our train to Sheffield to leave. I think it's going to Sheffield. No, Sheffield's the other way. Where's the 158 going? I don't remember. I can just press 9 and just find out. Let's go to Scarborough. from Sheffield. So Sheffield to Scarborough. So as we come around the corner, you should be able to see Doncaster Station. And immediately on the left of Doncaster Station is Doncaster Works, where I presume a lot of 91s are, apart from Worktop, which is in withdrawal because they're not used anymore. I think someone did want to use them on trains between Houston and Blackpool as like an open access operator kind of thing. It'd be kind of interesting to see 91s away from the East Coast Main Line. I wonder if this route will ever get updated to include Platform 0 at Doncaster. Probably won't. I think once a route by a publisher is released, it will probably never be updated because it probably takes too long. And it will probably break people's scenarios. Let's release it as a separate route. So you have the original and then you have the new one. Because one route that needs particular attention is probably the Brighton Main Line. Like London Bridge looks different, Liverpool Lime Street looks different, Doncaster has changed. What has it changed? Oh yeah, Warrington West needs to be added between Warrington Central and Penketh for Senketh, Senketh for Penketh, whatever the station's called. There's an azuma from Skipton. So we should be sat out here for a few minutes as the 158 comes off from the Sheffield direction and then heads into platform 8. The signal is now green and we can now depart to arrive into Doncaster. I also put in a random class 150-2 on the right. I wonder if those settings are used very much because trains that normally terminate in platform 1 now terminate in 0. So I think the settings on the right are a bit pointless now. So on the right you can see a old Northern 319 and a 91 set and a few coal hoppers for no reason. And I think there's a bit more as we depart Doncaster. Nice, mate. What are you doing? I think this cat just meows at everything. There's also 158 to Sheffield, 321 to Leeds. And I think that train was probably followed with a 331. And you can see a disused First Capital Connect class 321 and a 319. So arrival at Doncaster. The next stop is York, arriving at 8:32. How did I fail it? Probably because I pulled into Doncaster too slowly. So departing Doncaster, the speed limit is 40 miles an hour. And we have 32 miles to York. This is the second time recording this, because the first time I was literally just outside York, then the game crashed. The game crashed right outside York. And now I have to do this section again, which is annoying. So the line going off to the left is to Leeds, and the line straight on is to York, and the East Coast Main Line to Newcastle and Edinburgh. So after the game crashed, I found that my second hard drive decided not to work, which means I could access the first sort of files on the D drive and then nothing after that. So I had to restart my computer and just relaunch TrainSim, and my other hard drive started working again. So hopefully I should be able to get to York and it doesn't crash. And hopefully it shouldn't take too long. So 30 miles left. So as we head north towards York, we should be zigzagging across different lines that go across the country. So between here and York there are no other stations. So it's just going to be trees and fields and roads and more fields and more trees. And a junction here and there with other lines. Speed limit is going down to 100. So after we pass that junction, the speed limit should be going back up to 125. I'm not really that annoyed that I have to do this part of the scenario again. At least I don't have to restart from Peterborough, because that would have been really annoying. And I'm doing 130 again. There's a azuma from Darlington to Peterborough. I wonder if that's kind of like a relief service to get passengers to where they need to be, because I don't think LNER could get a path into King's Cross. That's why it probably has to terminate at Peterborough, because you definitely can't turn a train around in Stevenage. So 25 miles left. We are following behind a Voyager from, I think it's Birmingham to Newcastle. So we should start catching up to it as we approach Colton Junction, where we join the line from Leeds and Church Fenton. I think this part of the route is, I mean by this part I mean the part that is north of Peterborough, so not on the East Coast Main Line South, because the route from York to Peterborough runs at a very smooth frame rate. I wonder if I should do a video on Creston again. But which part should I do? Oh, maybe we'll will people even be interested in Creston? Because Creston is a fictional route, and I think my audience likes more real things. Because I have trains in real life, then I have Train Sim, which is a simulation of real life, and then I have Transport Fever, which is pretty far away from real life, which is probably the reason why no one cares. No one cares is a pretty strong statement. I mean, some people care, but not as many as Train Sim or trains in real life. On the right are hex sightings, I think. I wonder why the Azumas and the other IETs don't have cruise control. Because it would be a pretty useful thing to have. Because on the East Coast Main Line, the majority of the route is just cruising at 125. Oh, soon it will be 140. When all of the in-cab signalling is in place, so trains won't be restricted to 125. I wonder why no one has been asking me to do a video on the, I've completely forgotten what it's called. What's it called? Something Valley Road with the SVR, I think. Something in Roblox. I mean, I don't know about other people, but I think some people do find Roblox a bit cringy because of its aesthetic. I mean, your character looks like a Lego person, but thicker. I mean, the route does look pretty nice. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a route, more of a network. The network does look pretty cool, and I do like how some of the stations are based off real places. Like how two stations are modelled after Deansgate and Oxford Road in Manchester. Well, I'm not sure if anyone would really care about that. I mean, if you want me to do a video, I might kind of infect my channel with Roblox. I mean, Minecraft is different. I like Minecraft. I think Minecraft's kind of resurgence has kind of died a bit because I haven't really seen that many new Minecraft videos by Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie. In Markiplier, he just played Roblox. I'm like, oh yeah, I see Minecraft is resurging. I know, I'll play Roblox. I'm like, and everyone's like, okay, why? I think if I did do a video on the SVR, I'd be completely clueless because I know. Like if I did a video on the SVR or whatever it's called, I probably could be kind of boring because I don't know a lot about it. I mean, I pretty much know next to nothing about it. I think the only things I know about it are the fact that you have a Express brand and a Connect brand. You have the 350s, you have some 700 thing, a HST and an 801. I mean, if you look at it, you can see how much work has been put into it, but nothing on the level of Train Sim. I think it's because of the limitations of the Roblox platform, and I think the game engine for Train Sim is a lot more powerful. And I think we're coming up on Colton Junction. So we have about 10 miles left. I mean, if you want me to do a video on the SVR or whatever it's called, you can just leave a comment and I might consider it. You might consider it. You will consider it. So we are now we have caught up to the Voyager ahead. So I think I'm going to cruise about 90. And hopefully the game won't freeze again. So I think we're going to be chasing yellows all the way into York. Or just near enough to it. I think Colton is just a bit further up. Down. Yeah, Colton is just a bit further down the line from here. So I think the new series probably will be, the new mini-series will be Bedford to Brighton, because doing that sounds really cool in a 319. Maybe by doing a 307. I think I might do it in a 319 for variants though. And use like more HSTs and Meridians. And then we get south, you can have more 319s, 377s, 387s. Just so it's not all 700s. Maybe I might have it as my player train would just be a Mimic 387 as a 700, and then all the rest of them would be a 700. Because I'm not sure how different the new timetables are compared with a few years ago. Maybe I might take up the idea of from Coatbridge to Felixstowe. Yeah, I think we're now approaching Colin, where we join the line from Church Fenton. Yeah, the squeaking is the chair and not me. So we have a green aspect, which for the moment I'm going to accelerate back up to 125. So there's a pair of Para 66s from York to Crewe Grassy Bridge. I wonder what they were doing in York. Probably some sort of freight train. Well, obviously some sort of freight train. What else would DRS do? I don't know, a charter? So we have about 4 miles left to York. I think I might just save here in case it crashes again. There's an Azuma from Edinburgh to King's Cross. Yeah, when I was looking at the timetable around York, it was fairly quiet. Also, if you look at York, you got 100 to 90, and then to 60 in less than half a mile, which I think is pretty strange for a change in speed limit. So I think I just brake to 0 because the next signal is at danger. So the next signal is 0.7 miles away. And hopefully it should change to yellow by the time I get there. Unless the Voyager up ahead is being unnecessarily slow. Of course, if this train was on time, we'd be in front of the Voyager, but because the train was about 10 minutes late for absolutely no reason that I can't think of, we're running behind the Voyager instead. Still losing 0.3 miles, so I'll start braking some more. I can't really see the signal ahead, so I'm just going to continue to slow down. We have a yellow aspect, which means we are cleared into York Station. So we're doing to platform 5, which means we're going to continue straight into the station without changing lines. And the speed limit is also going down to 30. So this is York Station. There's a Voyager heading towards Southampton, and the speed limit is now 30 miles an hour. So this is where the video ends. I hope you've enjoyed this mini series. So I'm aiming to stop right at the end of the platform. So follow me on Twitter for future video updates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever it will be. So arrival at York.